It appears that Noble Team's discovery last night was not an anomaly. Large Covenant deployments have occurred undetected, and we are now under attack across the Vieri territory, including orbital defenses. As per the winter contingency, we are countering on every front. Noble's reconnaissance has also identified sophisticated Covenant army hiding canopies, and has pinpointed what's believed to be a landing zone for additional Covenant forces, the origin of which is yet to be determined.
That landing zone has been tagged by UNSC Command as a priority 1 target.
That charge link is loud and clear.
Copy that. Acquiring signal lock on the pylon. Detonating in 3, 2... Might want to hold on to something. 6! Can you hear me? 6, you alright? I could use some help.
On my way.
Hello everybody and welcome to the 5th mission of my Halo Reach Legendary Walkthrough Guide. Today we'll be doing the mission Tip of the Spear and we're going to get right on into it. As you saw there, we took down those grunts and we're going to run right up this left side, jump on down, that way we avoid the fire coming from that fuel rod turret, and then we're going to hide behind this rock here and try to target down this first fuel rod turret. And once we get the notification that we destroyed it, we're going to go try to take down the other one on the right. Destroying the 2 fuel rod turrets triggers the Pelican to move in with the Warthog, and then you'll be able to move on through to the next section. If you decide to speedrun this, you could just skip this entire section entirely, get the Warthog. That will just sort of drop at a kind of a little bit more up here, but it will drop and you'll be able to just keep on going. And yeah. So next thing, we're going to be dealing with a few Jackal skirmishers with needle rifles. We're going to take out our DMR, we're going to shoot them down. Going to try to catch them before they all flee, because we do need their needle rifles for later on. But unfortunately this guy had to be kind of a pain. But yeah, once you kill those 3 skirmishers, you're going to head right back to the Warthog, get the Marine out of the Warthog because he's completely pointless at this point in time. Bring the Warthog anywhere you want, but it has to be in view of the Tyrant Gun. If it's not in view of the Tyrant Gun, then this trick will not work. Up here is a really good vantage point. As you saw there earlier, we did have one of the... if you're trying to get the kill any like elite commander, the hidden elites, like I think it's BOB, then you can kill that guy and boom, you get yourself an achievement. But as you see here, we're just going to keep shooting down this Tyrant Gun until you hear an alarm. If you do not hear an alarm, there will still be an explosion that will trigger that basically says, okay, this thing is destroyed. If I had the volume a little louder, you'd be able to hear the sorry, you would be able to hear the alarm on the Tyrant Gun as it's basically telling us all that it's being destroyed or that we've completed the objective. Now, once the Tyrant Gun is down, you will just head straight over to the area where they're going to drop down the Pelican is going to drop down a bridge. Sorry, this mission is a little fast-paced, and we're trying to get through it all without any problems. But as you see here, this Phantom, what you're going to want to do versus what I did here is you're going to want to stay away from the Phantom and the Jackal skirmishers with needle rifles. This was very, very dangerous. I was trying to get a very good, like, very high pace run for you guys. But in any other case, you are going to want to stay and wait for the Pelican to drop that bridge and then cross it. Now right here we had 3 more Jackal skirmishers. One of them had a needle rifle. The rest of them had plasma pistols. We're going to be using the DMR for majority of this as well as the needle rifle, so we're going to leave the plasma pistol so the noob combo isn't extremely important for right now. And we did get extremely lucky, by the way, back there by getting a Phantom that just continuously missed its shots. If you did need a health pack because you did lose quite a bit, or if you just needed one in general, there is one back there on the left. It's a little bit back there now, but it should just be worth pointing out that there is a health pack in any case you needed it. Now, I like to use the Rocket Hog for this part. What you're going to want to do with it is target down the shade turret. Once the shade turret is destroyed, whatever you decide to do is up to you. You could use the Rocket Hog like I'm doing and just clear the bridge. That way you're from a nice safe distance. You're taking out a lot of enemies at once. It's a very safe method. It's still pretty quick, but if you wanted to, you could just say, screw it, I'm going to go up that bridge and headshot everybody along the bridge, and then you can just move on forward. Regardless, both ways work. Both ways are very high success rate. So whatever you decide to do, feel free. I'm going to try to take down this elite. We are going to skip this next section. This skip does not allow you to kill the elite zealot, so if you are trying to get that, there will be a video in the future that will go about how to get each of the achievements in Reach. So yeah, for right now, this skip is very, very useful, especially considering how simple it is. You just kind of jump on these 3 bars, jump over, and boom, skip is complete. You skip a good section of like this little area right here. It does despawn all enemies in this area. The only 2 enemies that actually spawn in are the ones that are just 2 jackals. The rest of them, like that, as I said, that elite zealot would be in this area right here, but we ended up not triggering it, so we're all good. There is another health pack inside there if you needed it. If you don't, just keep on going. Of course, there's 2 more right here next to your ordnance. Now, we're going to take the Revenant. You could take the Ghost. I like to take the Revenant. If you end up in this part able to get a Wraith, I would highly recommend that. I only stuck with the Revenant simply because it is a little bit more agile of a vehicle than the Wraith, even though it has less firepower. So if you can, I recommend the Wraith simply because you're going to be dealing with hunters later on, and the Wraith would be much better against hunters. Alright, 3 jackals down here. Going to try to take them down before they run away. And just like that trick we did earlier with the Rocket Hog, we're going to jump up here, get into this regular old Warthog, and we're going to use this Revenant to boost us up there, even though you can get up there fairly easily without having to use the Revenant as a little bit of a boost. But you do want to get up here, get inside this Warthog, and you're just going to shoot right about where I'm shooting. You can shoot a little bit to the left or right, but you can't. The same principle applies. Shoot at the Tyrant gun, and eventually you'll hear an alarm. Once you hear it, get out. Usually it takes just before your chain gun overheats for the Tyrant gun to be destroyed. So remember that. If it takes more, then maybe adjust your shots a little bit. But it should take nearly as long as, like, if your chain gun overheats once, then I would highly recommend changing up your shots. Now, there was a Wraith here, and I was contemplating on getting it, but the way that it was positioned, I didn't feel comfortable hijacking the Wraith like I normally would, like I did in Oni Sword Base a few missions ago. That's usually how I like to do it. That way the Wraith is still in good shape, is what I was trying to say. Right here, the Revenant was just not doing it for me. I decided to get out, and I trusted my shots, even though, like, right here you're watching it pretty poorly, pretty poor aim, but it's still going to be faster than if you just sat in the Revenant and just tried to kill them all from afar. So we're going to just try to take out the rest of these enemies. There's a few grunts left. There's one that we just capped, and then one's just running away, hiding behind those hunters. And I think that's it. So that just leaves the 2 hunters here. Looks like I was wrong. There might have been 1 grunt left. Now, these 2 hunters are kind of annoying, especially with the Revenant, because they're just going to be able to take this punishment forever. So the Revenant has an advantage compared to the Wraith in that you're able to get up close and personal with the Hunters and be able to move about with a decreased risk in getting shot, or like a Hunter shot connecting. Even though I do get hit a few times by them, it's because I shouldn't be stopping when I should be. Like, for an example right there, they're all kind of on they're my fault. Anyways, at a certain point I said screw it, I'm getting sick and tired of just going back and forth in the Revenant, so I'm just going to start chucking grenades at these. I did a lot of damage to them, so it should have, my idea was that it should kill at least one, and of course it did. So to be able to, because it's much easier to fight one Hunter than two, and then boom, we got the rest of the Hunters. Once you defeat the Hunters and all the enemies in the area, the Falcon will come in, and we will be getting in that for a few moments while we go just clear the canyon. And it's pretty much a cakewalk for the rest of this mission. Like, we've already done, in my opinion, what is the most difficult part of the mission. Now, this is kind of annoying because you might be dealing with some RNG. I've never had problems on this part. You guys might have issues, but really the trick here is just to keep shooting pretty much non-stop. From the moment you see an enemy to the moment that you guys go into the barrier towards the Spire, you're going to be shooting pretty much the entire time. So as soon as I see an enemy, I'm getting on the turret, starting to eliminate those enemies. Now, so you take down those elites, and then there's going to be a few shade turrets. You're going to start taking them down first. Prioritize shade turrets because they're going to target you first. There is a certain unreliability of the race hitting you, but I would still eliminate those. Kind of like clear out the area from right to left with prioritizing the shade turrets. After you destroy all the enemies on the right, you can feel free to turn around and start shooting the enemies behind you. It's completely unnecessary unless you're trying to bring your to increase your point count, but as I said, it's completely unnecessary. I like to sit here at this part and just kind of snipe that Wraith from afar. But anyways, there is going to be a cutscene coming up in a few moments. It's a very short cutscene, and then we'll be back in on the flip side.
Just lost all power. We're going down.
Lock your armor, Spartan!
Brace for a hard landing.
Crew's dead. We shouldn't stay here.
All right, we're back. So as soon as you get control over 6 again, you're going to want to pick up a jetpack, get that health pack, and then you're going to walk up this right side. Now there's going to be a few grunts as well, as you see there, the few grunts, and then there's going to be a jackal with a focus rifle. That is your main that is your main worry. Use these pipes as cover, walk inside them, and you'll be able to survive getting targeted by all those enemies. Remember, always feel free to take your time, sit here, regenerate your shields before you move on forward. We're making pretty good time. Wanted to eliminate that guy really quick. Alright, so from here, you can take the car, that truck behind us, and then just rush right on over. Or you could take the walk, like you can just walk over like I did, eliminating some of the enemies as I'm heading over. Now we're going to use the jetpack, get up here, grab a plasma pistol because we are going to be dealing with a few elites at the top of this spire. Now on by yourself on legendary difficulty, there are 2 elites and a bunch of grunts, 2 of which, looking at both the right and the left, have fuel rod cannons. So you are going to want to take them down first. Trying to keep an eye on getting this elite. We got the elite. That's good. So behind us, always keeping an eye on our motion tracker because we don't want to get absolutely whacked by them. And we're just going to not worry about it and hit the button. I hope this was helpful. If you guys did find it helpful, this little grunt right here. If you guys did find it helpful, please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys for a long night of solace. Thank you guys for watching.
Get us out of here. Control, this is Noble 1. Spire 1 is green and you're free to engage. Have a nice day.
Copy that, Noble 1. Be advised, all ground units. Frigate 318 Heavy is inbound, and MAC rounds have been authorized.
Mac rounds? In atmosphere?
One way to get their attention. Hang on to your teeth, people.
New contact. High courage.
No, somebody tell me this ain't happening.
UNSC Frigate Grafton, do you copy?
Grafton is dust. We need to get out of here now.